Imagine waking up at 3 in the morning. You hear a sound in your bedroom, you open your eyes. Someone is standing at your closet, wearing your clothes, staring at a photo of you and your husband, whispering, "I'll be a better you than you ever were." This is not fiction. This is exactly what happened to Stephanie Bennett on June 7th, 2022 in Riverside Heights, Oregon. But the nightmare started 3 weeks earlier, May 15th, the night she gave her husband permission to destroy their marriage. Welcome back to Deadly Obsessions. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the stories that'll make you question every decision you've ever made. Today's story is a brutal reminder that some doors, once opened, can never be closed. Stephanie and Tom Bennett had been married 8 years. They loved each other, but the spark was gone. They were roommates who shared a mortgage and a bed they barely touched. It started on their anniversary, May 1st, 2022. Tom looked up from his phone at dinner. "What if we tried a free pass one night?" Stephanie laughed. Then she saw his face. He wasn't joking. They talked, they set rules. One night only. Complete honesty afterward. No feelings, no contact after. Stephanie thought rules would protect them. She didn't realize that psychopaths don't follow rules. They study them to break you more efficiently. They set the date, May 15th, 2 weeks away. Tom walked into the Riverside Lounge at 9 p.m. He ordered a whiskey. He felt sick. Then he noticed the woman at the end of the bar. She was watching him. Cathy Cole wasn't just beautiful, she was calculated. She looked like someone who had been waiting for an appointment. She slid onto the stool next to him, ordered an old-fashioned. Rough night? Tom found himself talking about his dreams, his frustrations, his marriage. This is called love bombing. It's how a predator lowers your defenses. They make you feel special, chosen, understood in ways your partner supposedly doesn't understand you. Cathy asked the right questions, said the right things. "You deserve to feel alive," she whispered. The night happened. Tom came home at 2:47 a.m. Stephanie pretended to be asleep. She heard him shower for 30 minutes. The next morning, Tom was different, distant, guilty. He barely looked at her. "How was it?" Stephanie asked. "Fine. It's over. Can we not talk about this?" That should have been the end, but you can't ghost a monster. 3 days later, the doorbell rang. A woman stood there holding a casserole dish, smiling. "Hi, I'm Cathy, your new neighbor across the street." Stephanie took the dish, then Tom walked into the hallway. He stopped. All the color drained from his face. Cathy's eyes lit up. "Tom, we met at the bar last week. What a small world." Stephanie felt ice in her stomach. Tom hadn't told Cathy where they lived. He hadn't told her his last name. "I moved in back in March," Cathy said. "I've seen you coming and going. You have such a lovely routine." Cathy had been watching them for 8 weeks before she walked into that bar. Cathy became unavoidable. At the grocery store, at Stephanie's yoga class, at her workplace with coffee. She befriended Stephanie's coworkers, planted seeds about Stephanie being stressed. Tom started defending her. "She's just being friendly. You're being paranoid." This is called triangulation, a manipulation tactic where the predator creates rivalry by inserting a third person into the relationship. The goal is to make the victim doubt their own reality. Cathy showed up at Tom's work events, remembered details Stephanie forgot, brought him his favorite meals. Stephanie wanted to scream. But the nightmare was just beginning. Someone was hacking Stephanie's life. Her credit card showed purchases she didn't make, surveillance equipment, burner phones, strange charges at pharmacies. Someone sent hostile emails from her work account. Her therapy appointments were mysteriously canceled. Someone was erasing her piece by piece. Stephanie should have protected her digital identity from the start. And you should too. That's why I use NordVPN to keep my data secure from hackers and stalkers. Get 70% off plus 3 months free using my link in the description. I earn a small commission when you stay secure at no extra cost to you. Now, back to the story. 1 week later, police showed up at Stephanie's workplace. A restraining order had been filed against her by Cathy. The evidence was devastating. Text messages from Stephanie's phone, photos of her car near Cathy's house at 2 a.m., a threatening note in handwriting. Stephanie was suspended from work. Tom didn't believe her anymore. The evidence is right there. You need help. Cathy had won, unless Stephanie fought back. That night, Stephanie watched Cathy's house, learned her schedule, waited. When Cathy left, Stephanie broke in. The house was perfect, empty, staged. Then she found the locked door under the stairs. She picked the lock. The basement was a nightmare. Walls covered in photos of Tom, of her, of their bedroom, taken from inside their house through the windows. Notebooks showed Cathy had bugged their kitchen. She'd listened to them plan the free pass, then went to the bar to make it happen. 6 months of surveillance. Her routine, her schedule, her passwords. An altar with candles and stolen jewelry, jars of hair clippings labeled with dates, different colors, different women. Photos of other couples, wives' faces scratched out in red, occult symbols on the floor. A news clipping, Colorado woman's suicide ruled suspicious. Stephanie photographed everything with shaking hands. A car pulled into the driveway. She ran. Stephanie showed Tom the photos. He broke. What did I bring into our lives? They went to Detective Morrison. He ran Cathy's fingerprints. Cathy Cole doesn't exist. Real name, Cathy Hartley. 3 restraining orders, 2 missing person cases. Colorado victim. Husband left wife for Cathy. Wife committed suicide. Cathy disappeared. Morrison set a trap. Stephanie called Cathy, voice trembling. You win. I can't do this anymore. Can you come over? Cathy arrived 10 minutes later with wine. Stephanie wore a wire under her sweater. Morrison and his team listened from the van down the street. Cathy slipped powder into Stephanie's glass. Did you help her? Stephanie asked. The woman in Colorado? Did you help her stop the pain? Cathy smiled, dead eyes. I wrote her note, drew her bath. It was a mercy. She leaned in close. Now I'll do the same for you. I don't think so, Stephanie said. What? I think you're going to prison. The front door kicked open. Police, show me your hands. Cathy pulled a razor blade from her bag. She swung at Stephanie. Morrison tackled her into the coffee table. Cathy was arrested. Stalking, identity theft, attempted murder. Her car contained a kill kit, razor blades, forged suicide note, sedatives, 25 years prison. But the damage was done. Stephanie and Tom tried therapy. Failed. He called me crazy while she drugged me. Divorced 6 months later. Stephanie sold the house, moved 2,000 miles away, changed her name, therapy twice weekly, checks locks 3 times, Googles everyone. Tom lives alone, hasn't dated, can't forgive himself. They wanted excitement, they got destruction. Before you open your relationship, remember some doors never close. Cathy studied vulnerability like science. She's not the only one. This made you think twice, hit like, comment, would you give a hall pass? I hope not. This is Deadly Obsessions. Stay safe, stay loyal, and stay suspicious.